Hi, I'm Dave Thomas of Cars.com, and we're here with the 2008 Jaguar XJ. This is a sedan that hasn't changed too much in the style department in almost 20 years. And for 2008, Jaguar's added a couple of touches, but again, it's still reminiscent of the classic sedan. The XJ we're with here is called the Super V8. And obviously that name Super V8 is talking about the engine, which is a supercharged V8 with 400 horsepower. And that's great, but in the styling department, it also means there's some bright work up front instead of a standard grille, and a bigger lower grille as well. One styling change made for this year is the addition of a side vent right here. Jaguar's never had one of these on an XJ before. We're not really sure why they did it now. Maybe they thought it's an aging model, dress it up a little bit, but it really doesn't do much for me. As you'd expect in any car in this price range, the interior of the XJ is very luxurious, even for an aging model. And it's a different kind of style than you'd see in a German automaker or a Japanese automaker, because it is a British automaker. So a lot of the lines, if you've seen a Bentley, are kind of similar to that, but it's obviously a little more downscale than a Bentley. But still, for $65,000 to get into an XJ, the interior is very nice. Now, this is a great example of an automaker not updating a car enough, especially with the navigation system and center controls here in the Jaguar. Now, this car is supposedly new for 2008, and yet this navigation system looks like it's about 10 years old. And I would think any buyer who's about to plunk down $65,000 to $95,000 for one of these cars would be immediately turned off by it, especially when you compare it side by side to a Mercedes or BMW navigation system. Some of the buttons around the dashboard, the steering wheel, and the doors are also kind of antiquated, yet because they're so upscale to begin with, however long ago they put them in, they still have a nice feel to them as is. Now with the Super V8, not only do you get the V8 engine, you also get Jaguar's upscale interior called the Vandenplas package, which is very fancy sounding. And it adds these trays behind the seats, kind of like an airplane, but we really don't know what kind of use you're going to get out of them. Just see how I'm sitting, just kind of reach for them, and my knees don't really fit great underneath it. I have no idea what you'd use this for. You don't want to be eating that far away. You don't want to put a drink on it, all that kind of stuff. So we're really perplexed by why anyone would need a tray like that in a car that small. There are also LCD screens in the back of both headrests, which is pretty cool, and they can come from two different sources. So if you have kids in the back of your Jaguar, they can watch whatever they want, and they can control them through the media center right here. I've gone over what Jaguar has and hasn't changed about the new XJ. And if that isn't enough for you, there are rumors that Jaguar will completely redesign the sedan in the next few years. It'll more closely resemble the new XF sedan and the XK sports car. For right now, the XJ just doesn't compete against the Mercedes and BMW competition.
For additional information on this car or any other, go to Cars.com and our blog, Kicking Tires.